Welcome back to Port City Living, Escrows and Egos. I'm your host, Bill Corbett. I am a local real estate agent here in the greater Wilmington, North Carolina area. And my co-host is Brad Brown, a mortgage lender with Atlantic Bay Mortgage. And today we're going to be talking about one of Brad's favorite topics.
Well, yours too.
And mine too, because this is very important for everyone that's thinking about buying and you need a mortgage. And that topic is
the pre-approval.
Not pre-qualification.
Correct.
So we want to explain to all your buyers out there, especially you first-time home buyers, because if you don't know the difference, then you really need to need to know this about the difference between when somebody says a pre-qualification, pre-approval, and an approval. Mm-hmm. So, Brad, what's your take on this?
Well, I mean, we can make this episode really, really short and just say, if you do not give a lender your income documents and your asset documents and at a minimum a soft credit inquiry, you got nothing. That could be it.
Okay, that's all we have for you now.
Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah,
I mean,
hear.
It's definitely really short though. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. But at the end of the day, if you don't give a lender those items, then you got nothing.
So basically, nobody in this day and age should ever be using the term pre-qualification.
Correct.
Ever.
Correct.
Because it means nothing.
Like I told you before we started this episode, when people talk about a pre-qualification, I say that it's got no greater value than the piece of paper it may get printed on.
Right.
I mean, because it really carries no weight. In a pre-qualification, just so that you know, and you know,
I know.
You're just simply meeting with someone and you're talking about your income. You're talking about your assets. You're talking about your credit score. You're talking about your liabilities and the things that are on the credit report, but literally nothing is being verified.
Right. So it's like me going to Brad and saying, Brad, I want to buy a house and I make, $200,000 a year and I have, a car payment and a credit card payment. What can I afford? And you're going to tell me what I can afford.
Well,
that is a pre-qualification.
Yeah.
That means nothing.
Correct.
Because I can guarantee you, and you know this, most people have no idea what debt they have. They think they do, but then they have some hidden things, or maybe they've got some, I don't know if I'm saying
student loans with no payments right now.
that, or charge off and collections that need
Correct.
to be paid, these kind of things that they just forget that's on there, or maybe they never knew they were on there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so it's not as black and white as just saying, this is what I make, this is what I have in debt, and what, it's going many steps further than that.
Yeah. I mean, a pre-qualification serves its purpose if someone is maybe, 6 months to a year out.
Yeah.
And they just want to test the waters for where they are.
But I still think it's probably best to just not even say that.
Yeah, just scratch it out. Go straight to pre-approval.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you from the real estate standpoint on this, and I was guilty of this when I first got in the business. I didn't ask people if they were pre-approved. I was so excited that somebody wanted to get me to show them a house. I'd put them in my car and we'd drive around, and then we would go look at houses, and then I'd say, okay, you got it. If you're getting a mortgage, which most of them were, you got to go talk to a lender and you got to get approved. And then they come at me like, oh well, my credit's bad. I've got whatever the situation is. I can't get it. So I wasted my time, however many hours that was. I wasted not only my time, wasted their time, and the listing agent's time, and the homeowner's time. Because remember, these homeowners have to get out of their house, and they have to, or most of the time, unless it's empty. But so it's going to be best for everybody if they're thinking about buying a home and they're going to do it relatively soon.
Yeah.
Go find you a lender. Go sit down with them and talk it out and let it be a counseling session. It doesn't need to be complicated, but sometimes it can be, right? I mean, Brad, you've had some experiences where it's a little more complicated than just pulling credit. You got to work some things out.
We do, and we have to work through potentially some credit issues or some employment stability items. I mean, you just don't ever know. And like you said, it's not black and white. And these folks that are buying think, oh, I got great credit, got great income. Well, guess what? You just flipped to a 1099 contract job 30 days ago. Your income's great, but until you show it for a while on tax returns, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
So that's why you want to sit down and talk to a lender and figure out what can you do and when can you do it. That's the other important part.
Because I've been told many times, oh, I've got good credit. I don't need to get approved. We'll just go look at houses and then we'll do it later. I do not do that anymore, and I think a really good real estate agent would never do that. And
Right.
if you're doing it, you need to stop wasting your time doing it. If you're a newer agent, I know it sounds wonderful when somebody calls you and wants you to go look at a house, but if they're not approved, you are wasting your time because
Yeah.
and that's not what you want to do. You want to focus on people who are ready to go. And in my opinion is, and if you get the inclination in your head that I want to buy a home, whether it's next week or whether it's 6 months down the road,
Mm-hmm.
the very first thing, maybe even before you contact your real estate agent, is contact a lender. I mean,
Right.
obviously, it's if you have an agent like myself who can put you in touch with a good agent like Brad, then that would be the best thing to do. But a good agent is always going to redirect you to a good lender that's going to get you approved, and it's going to be set in stone. And then there's not going to be any question for anybody because, I feel like there are trends in real estate, if you can call it a trend, but in this day and age, if you go to make an offer on a house, you have to have that approval letter.
You do.
A good listing agent and a good seller is never going to entertain your offer without an approval letter.
That's right.
Ever. So again, we're talking about wasting people's time. Listen to us when we tell you that you need to get approved and talk to a lender. And we can get into the whole, I got to talk to several lenders. I got to find the best rate thing. We're not going to go down that road right this minute, but it's just find you somebody that you trust. Really lean on your real estate agents because we have all these relationships set up with so many people.
Right.
So we know who to send you guys to, and so I think that's the most important thing.
I think the other piece to that too is, we're talking about your real estate agent is also making sure that you're talking to a local lender.
Oh, very
Because
important.
I mean, we are tied together. We do become a team, but there are instances where I may not have a particular product for someone, but I know John Doe at XYZ Mortgage Company, and he's going to take really good care of you and your client too. So you're not going to get that from the internet lenders.
You're not going to get that from the internet lender, and that's another thing too. Is we have such a good relationship that I can just about call you anytime. Maybe
Yeah.
not 3 a.m. in the morning, but I can call you just about any time and say, hey, it's 8 o'clock at night, and I'm getting ready to make an offer. I need an updated approval, and most of the time,
We've got it and we're ready to go.
yeah, you're ready to go. So that's important. I can't do that with an internet company. You don't get that personal touch that you get.
Yeah.
And and again, we're not going to go down this road with
I was
rates.
going to say,
but
back on topic. I mean, if you
Right.
don't take those steps to get that pre-approval, you can't reach out to me at 8 or 9 o'clock at night and say, hey, I need a letter for this property, and me send it out because we've not done anything yet.
Right. So it's important to get approved, not pre-qualified, and maybe we should touch on this a little bit because I made the comment the other day about pre-approval, and you were like, and I was like, isn't pre-approval and approval, is that not the same thing?
I think that most companies probably entertain, we'll call it like a multi-step. I mean, there's the pre-qualification, which we agree now is trash. Then you got your pre-approval. And in my mind, that's where you have met with me. Like I said, we verified income, verified assets. We got the credit in there, soft or hard inquiry. Either one is fine. But I have had a few instances where someone may be self-employed or there's just something that's a tricky situation in there. And I'm like, okay, get me all these things and let's get you to the underwriter and get you fully underwritten up front. And that's your, I guess, like your pre-approval 2.0. I mean, do we still call it an approval?
Do you
or
recommend
pre-approval?
going that far before somebody even thinks about buying a house? Because has there ever been a situation where somebody's approved and then they haven't been run through the ringer for all that stuff, and then they find out, oops, there's a little
Oh, I'm sure there has
bump.
been. Yeah, I'm sure
So
there has been.
would you recommend that if somebody wants to buy, go do the extensive approval as far as you can go
Well,
before there's nothing else to do, and then you go make an offer?
yeah, and the other side of that is if you've done that and gone all the way down that path, then when you submit your offer, you're submitting an offer that is fully approved, and you're just waiting on title work and appraisal.
Right.
Maybe update a pay stub. I mean, something silly like that, but you close a lot faster as well.
And isn't that the goal, is to get this done quick and efficiently?
That's what we think it is, but that's not always what wins a contract. Sometimes the sellers need an extra 30 days, and maybe they're building something. But
Right,
if you do want to go in aggressively and you've been fully underwritten up front, then yeah, you can go in there and say, hey, I can close in 15 days and be good to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, if you're listening and you're thinking about buying or know somebody that is, you really need to listen to us when we say, if you're talking to a lender and you're getting a mortgage, get approved before you waste anybody else's time, because it's very important. We want to make this as quick and efficient for everybody as possible. And I know it makes my life easier. I know there's a lot of real estate agents out there that think the same exact way.
Yeah.
So we just want to be mindful of everybody's time and respect everybody and do things the right way. Okay, that's what we have for you today. So if you like what you hear, please consider subscribing and share it with your friends and family. And we will catch you on the flip side. Bye, everybody.